and welcome back to another video. So today I'll be reading part 4 of the Deaf Bakugou times Mute Listener, and I just gotta quickly point out something that kind of made me worried. So I figured out that you can, just like you don't have to be born mute, you can all of a sudden just wake up one morning and you're mute. I figured that out by my parents. They told me. And well, I had a very disturbing dream where I turned mute, and it was really sad actually because I couldn't record videos for you guys anymore, and I felt how sad you guys would have been if I couldn't record. And I was like, well, that sucks. But yeah, I guess, I mean, not all dreams come true, so hopefully I don't turn mute. It's just, but I understand being mute and deaf is a very bad thing, and I just want people to know that if you're mute, you don't have to worry about what people think of you, because, I mean, you're special in your own way and everything like that. But honestly, in my opinion, I think it's pretty cool actually, but not being able to talk is just not gonna be a very fun thing for me because I talk a lot actually. So if I just all of a sudden turn mute, I'd go crazy, like for real. But yeah, I also just want to point out, I did something I shouldn't have done. Last night I read the entire thing of the Dave Bakugou times Mute Listener instead of just one chapter. And turned out they posted another chapter, another part. So it isn't 11 parts only now. There are more parts that Plushie TRex posts, so I will be reading more, obviously. But yeah, so I guess I hope you guys will enjoy part 4. If you do, please leave a like. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, put on notification bell so you don't miss when I post the next parts. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, part 4. Your Pove. I just gotta say, the following chapters, parts, have a lot of time skips, so just a little warning. Okay, Your Pove. It had been a week since Bakugou came over to my place. We've gotten better at our secret writing, and he can now sign what food he wants. Which is mainly spicy food, since he says he's not a baby and can handle the heat. I shrug it off, though, and take a safer route for my taste buds. Anyways, I was sitting in my room when Mela came rushing in with a letter in her hands. Sis, you got a letter! She was bouncing with excitement for me and handed me the envelope. When I opened it, a disc with a letter came out. Once the disc was set onto my desk, a hologram of a sleepy man wearing all black popped up. Hey, it's that hero Eraserhead, Mela said with a big smile on her face. She is a big fan of heroes that aren't on TV a lot. Eraserhead being one of them. Hello, Ellen. I must say, your quirk is quite impressive. You have passed the written exam with an 98%, and you passed the physical exam with 72 villain points and 48 rescue points. Congrats. Your class is 1A, and I'll be your homeroom teacher. And with that last bit of information, the hologram closed. I was super excited, and so was Mela. I'm going over to Bakugou's. You can tell our siblings, right? I signed to her, and she nodded, running off to tell our siblings about the good news. I then put on some black pants, a FC hoodie, and my shoes. I don't know what FC stands for, but it's like in brackets F-C, so I don't know what that means, but yeah. Taking my phone with me. Once I got out of the house, I walked over to Katsuki's and knocked on the door. Soon the door opened to Mitsuki, and she welcomed me in. Hi, Ryan. Glad to see you again. I nodded. I got into UA. I signed, and she smiled, giving me a hug. I'm happy for you, sweetie. I thanked her, and she told me that Katsu was in his room. As I walked up the stairs, I heard Katsuki being excited. When I knocked on his door, he said that I could come in. Oh hey, did you get into UA? I nodded as he looked at me and smirked. I saw that you got in above me. That won't do, shorty. After I closed the door behind me, Katsu pulled me to his bed and pinned me to it. I blushed a light shade of pink, and I could tell Katsu had something on his mind. Before I could use my quirk on him, he leaned down next to my ear. I wouldn't do that if I were you. More blush filled my face as Katsuki leaned in closer. Then, his lips pressed against mine, kissing me in a slightly passionate way. Wait, he's kissing me? I shortly calmed down and melted into the kiss, kissing him back. After a few minutes, we pulled apart for air, and blush filled Katsu's face too. He then got off of me and hid his face. I soon got up, rubbing my cheeks, and walked over to Katsu. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow morning, I signed and kissed his cheek, causing him to blush a dark red, and I left his room. Once I left the bakugou house and got into my own, I smelled curry. I tapped the wall in Morse code as Ash walked downstairs. Dinner's ready. Oh, welcome home, Yan, Jinsu said. I gave a small nod and sat down at the table after I took my shoes off. Time skipped to the next day. Sorry. I woke up to my alarm, turning it off and getting up. I yawned softly, having a small, quiet squeak come after it as I decided to take a quick shower. After my shower, I did my now daily routine and put my hair up in a ponytail. If you have short hair, like you cannot hardly even put it in a man bun, then spike it. If it's short but you can put it up, then have it in a small short ponytail. If it's long, then ponytail it or braid it. Once I was done with my hair, I went to my room and put my uniform on. I stood in the mirror deciding whether or not I wanted to wear my tie or not. I soon decided to go without my tie and unbuttoning the first 2 buttons on my dress shirt, like Katsuki style. After I finished getting ready, I left the house. This is what you're wearing. When I walked to Katsuki's house, I noticed that he was already waiting for me. Hey! Ooh, that was a little loud. The whole room just echoed. Hey! He said, sounding a little irritated. Hey, what's wrong? I signed as we started to walk to school. Nothing, He mumbled something under his breath, to where I couldn't hear. We stayed quiet till we got to UA, where we saw Midoriya. Move out of my way, Deku, Katsuki said to the broccoli head, as I softly sighed. You could be nicer to him, you know, I signed to him. Whatever, he signed back as he turned off his hearing aids, taking them out and putting them in his coat pocket. I'll put them back in when we get to class. He signed as I nodded, waving at Izuku as we continued to class. When we got there, we looked at the door in confusion, but shrugged it off and went inside. There was already more than half of the class there, but the seats on the other side of the room weren't taken. So, me and Katsu decided to take our seats, towards the front, him being in the second seat from the front and me being behind him. Katsuki then decided to put his feet on his desk, like he has always done. I noticed that he was putting in his hearing aids as a blue-haired male walked over to us. It's not appropriate to put your feet on school property, you cretin, the male said while swaying his stiff, straight hands through the air. Huh? Katsuki said while smirking, his oh-so-famous smirk. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Tenya Ida. I'm from Somei Academy. Like I care where you came from. The male named Ida looked shocked. Just put your feet down and stop scuffing up school property. Did your old school put a stick up your ass, or were you born with it? I'm sorry, every time he says that, I can't help but laugh. Katsu said while some of the other classmates were laughing. I laughed too, but then yet again no sound came out. The door opened again to Midoriya. I was a little shocked on how he got here, but I guess I was okay with it. Ida and Deku started talking as a brown-haired girl came up to them and started talking to them as well. Soon, a male in a sleeping bag case and didn't soon sound too happy. I'm your homeroom teacher, Shota Azawa. Take one of these and head outside. I got a little excited since Eraserhead was my homeroom teacher. We all then went to the changing rooms and soon headed outside. Okay, well guys, that was part 4. I tried doing voice impersonations, whatever it's called, like when you're acting like the character and trying to do their voices. I tried doing bakugou, but I can't do his voice very well. It's like a deep voice, but not too deep either. Tanya, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't heard him enough to, know what he physically sounds like. But, I know what he sounds like, but you know what I mean. I like doing Mr. Izawa's voice though, but yeah. I was trying to do voices earlier today on my voice recorder. My whole thing is basically filled with it. And it's just me trying to be Toga, trying to be Bakugo, trying to be Todoroki, like main characters. Izuku, for some reason, just keeps sounding like a cowboy. So most of the characters will sound like listener sounds like, just my natural voice, what I really sound like. The boys might have a little deeper tone to it. The girls, I think, will either sound like me or they might have a little higher voice. But I will try and change up their voices depending on the character or in the way they talk. So, but I will try my best with that, and just to make it more exciting, and so you guys don't lose interest and stuff like that. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Put on notification bells. I post videos almost at least once a week, sometimes twice. I try posting at least 2 parts a week. But like I've said in one of my other parts, I have school and stuff, so it kind of bothers with the whole situation of having to record and stuff like that. But I try my best, and yeah. But that was all, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next chapter. I forgot to mention, if you guys have any recommendations, please put them down in the comments down below. If you guys having a troubled day or just want to talk, or just want to tell me how your day was, be free to put that down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer. Like, I love getting comments. And the closest I'm getting to comments so far is from other people's videos that I, commented on. So I would really like to get comments on my videos. It's really sweet, and I just love hearing from you guys, and I would really like to hear some comments. And if you think, like, I've been thinking of doing this, but if you want me to record myself trying voice impersonations, just being silly, me just trying to do voices, then I will do that and I can post it for you guys. If you don't want to hear that, then that's okay. But yeah. But anyway, I'm talking too much now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!